Angel Reese is the one that is going to hurt people's pocketbooks while Caitlin Clark is filling up people's pocketbooks.
The way she's been dressing and showing up. All right, if you need help paying rent, is a Angel Reese OnlyFans coming up next?
Caitlin Clark's bid to become the WNBA's fifth ever unanimous rookie was thwarted by a surprising vote against her, raising questions about the league's recognition of talent.
The lone vote cast not in favor of Clark went to Angel Reese. The vote kept Clark from becoming the WNBA's fifth ever unanimous rookie.
Who was the voter? Do you know? Anybody know?
Oh, it's gonna get out. They're gonna find out. It's just like somebody that left Ken Griffey Jr. off the ballot when it came to Hall of Fame. They took it. They're like, bro, you gonna leave the guy off the ballot? You ain't even said, okay, you just say, you left him off the ballot.
It's crucial for female fans of the WNBA to rally behind players like Caitlin Clark and show unwavering support, especially in challenging times.
I'm gonna say this on behalf of Caitlin Clark. I need any females out there who are fans of the WNBA, who are fans of WNBA players, who are critical of Caitlin Clark in any way, to stand down. Chill out. You need to hug that girl when you see her. You need to embrace her. You need to compete like hell to go up against her, take her down on the basketball court. That's fine, which I believe the Diana Taurasi's and the Asia Wilsons and others of the world will gladly do. But what you don't need to do is look at this girl with a speck of resentment when it comes to what she's doing for the WNBA. I know it made news the other day when her game was aired and Angel Reese was in Chicago, and the only reason we saw their game is because it was videoed by a fan, which is egregious. Because over 800,000 people watched that, which means there's an audience out there that wants to see Angel Reese too. What the hell is up with the WNBA? How do you let that happen? How do you let it so Caitlin Clark could be seen and Angel Reese nor anybody else could be seen? What the hell is that about?
The narrative around who is truly problematic in this situation, Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese, highlights the divisions among fans and the league itself.
Who is the real problem? Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese? Because again, Angel Reese is undermining the league with her unlikability. The reason why people are jumping on board and everyone's is they finally found a player who's halfway likable in Caitlin Clark and who doesn't rub their wealth, privilege, and entitlement down everyone's throat and force it on like, I'm supposed to be special. You've made an outstanding point that Angel Reese is the one that is going to hurt people's pocketbooks while Caitlin Clark is filling up people's pocketbooks.
With all her impressive achievements, it's perplexing that Caitlin Clark wasn't awarded unanimous MVP status, suggesting potential biases at play.
I mean, those situations like that, you think it's probably something personal, huh?
I mean, I don't know how you come to the conclusion that she wasn't the unanimous MVP. She got a team into the playoffs when they hadn't been to the playoffs, I think, since 2016 or 2017. Led them in scoring. She led the rookies in scoring. She led them in assists. She averaged like 6 rebounds a game. She set record for scoring, rebound, assists. I mean, three-pointers. Let's not get into it, because all it's going to do is like, people got their, this and all that. Right. All I know, when they got eliminated from the playoffs, the attendance dropped. Right. The ratings dropped. Now, I wouldn't need to know, because it's the old guard, and it's this and it's that. So what's the reason now? Because they try to give you every other reason why. So now give me the reasons why. She's gone. Is the old guard still watching? Why aren't these fans? If the WNBA is more, it is, and I get it. Why aren't people watching?
Here's the other problem. Is the black girl, let's take the cover girls for the Wall Street Journal. Last week, it resurfaced again. Asia Wilson telling Kelsey Plum about, white privilege and blah, blah, blah. And, Asia Wilson, again, we've talked about on this show, some of her friends. Asia Wilson's pretty unlikable and pretty mean-spirited, despite all the dressing up. Her BFF is some dude that pretends to be a woman named Dolores that harasses people online, and they want to do all this. Well, I face threats and everybody's out to get me. And turns out it's Asia Wilson's BFF doing a lot of it.
Angel Reese's complaints about financial struggles, despite her visibility and talent, only add to the perception that she lacks relatability in the league. We got unlikable. Angel Reese, really unlikable. I mean, just really unlikable. And trust me, it's hard for most men to dislike a woman who puts her on display everywhere she goes. And she's got a pretty big one and a good one. But she's unlikable. And yesterday, we got another example, I think, of her on her own podcast complaining about how she can't afford an $8,000 a month rent payment. It's the epitome of first world problems. It's the epitome of first world stupidity. It's the epitome of just Angel Reese. Unlikable. I'm just sorry. She's just out of college. She's 22, 23. She can barely hit layup. She's getting paid $74,000 for the WNBA. She's got, I'm sure, endorsement deals into the seven figures. So that's why she's laughing about this. And she's bragging how much money she makes, and she doesn't need her WNBA salary. And I live in an $8,000 a month apartment, blah, blah, blah. She's 22, 23 years old. And again, these are the same WNBA women and same black women that want to be pro-social justice, and they're looking out for black people and blah, blah. She's mocking working class people. I got out of college, Steve, at 23, and I made $5 an hour at the Bloomington Herald-Times. And it was part-time work. I didn't get 40 hours a week. Most people don't come out of college and make $74,000 a year, but that's how spoiled and entitled. And so these players they're trying to build around, they're unlikable, Steve. The sense of entitlement that some players exhibit regarding their salaries can overshadow their accomplishments. And it's clear that Caitlin Clark is not the one causing division in the WNBA.
It's times like this where I think to myself, where have you gone, Kevin Samuels? You are really, but thankfully you're there to fill the Nikes there. First of all, let's unpack all of this. The LSU math department, I really hope she wasn't a math major. Look, I'm an Asian. I'm not even good at math. I knew 12 times 8 is 96,000. Now, if that doesn't cover any of your bills, a couple points here. The average American salary I've read is anywhere between 45 to 50,000. The WNBA season is not 12 months. In fact, it's not even half a year. The sense of entitlement that somehow that you're underpaid in a league that has never turned a profit and is subsidized by men. Yeah, men. It's just mind-boggling to me. And the other thing is, you're right, she really comes off, if I am these other players in the WNBA that do not have her profile, I think to myself, if you have any self-awareness, Caitlin Clark is not my problem. She's not my enemy. She is. And by the way she's been dressing and showing up, all right, if you need help paying rent, is a Angel Reese OnlyFans coming up next?